What's up, YouTube? This is the review of the YoyoFactory Pivot. So, this is the Pivot. This is not the Czech Point Pivot. This is the one that came in the YoyoFactory and YoyoExpert mystery box. And it's never been released for, like, individual purchase. It only came in the mystery box, and it came with the North Star fingerspin, which has been released, which is awesome, at 20 bucks. So, you should probably check out my review of that. And, you know, pick one up if you're up for a $20 plastic yo-yo. That is awesome. But, this is the Pivot. This was the other thing. So, the, mystery box was 50 bucks. The Pivot was in there along with the North Star, fingerspin, which is great. So, 2 yo-yos for 50 bucks. I was real happy with that. I was real happy with the value there. So this one, I guess, technically cost 30, to me, because the fingerspin was 20. Now, the Czech Point Pivot, I believe, is 55. It's got the same type of, like, cup in here, and it's hollow. Like, this cup is a separate insert. Let me see if I can, like, show you. Like, see where that, like, lip kind of comes up right there? Like, that's kind of an insert, and the cup is, like, welded in there. Not welded, I don't know if it's, like, blasted in or whatever, however they put it in. But this is just the Pivot. Now, the Pivot is a nice, like, V-shape. It's a nice, like, rounded V-shape. Very similar, in fact, of a V-shape to the 2016 Benchmark V. Benchmark V is a little bit bigger in diameter, but the width is pretty similar to the Benchmark V. It's a similar kind of shape, too. It's got the little step. The little step in there. Very much like the Benchmark does. And, yeah. The step in there, like the Benchmark does. And this uses YoyoFactory's kind of like blasted finish, their new blasted finish, which is a very matted, very blasted finish. And it's really great for grinds, like you saw in my little intro there. Grinds like a champ. But, you know, the primary reason behind the design and spec and everything of this yo-yo is this little fingerspin cup here. So this is the easiest yo-yo to fingerspin on. I've played them all, and this is the easiest one. This is easier to fingerspin on than the Skyva. I mean, this does them for you. You don't even have to be any good. It just throws it, and it's like, oh, you missed, whatever, centered, and bam, you're on there. Like I even kind of threw it crappy in the intro, but it worked. So I just kept it. I mean, this thing, it's perfect for that. It's very, very stable on your finger. You get really long finger spins, especially, my nails are kind of short right now, but if they're a little bit longer, and you hold it up like this, you get really long finger spins. It's really crazy. And, you know, but you get great grinds, too, and it really performs very well otherwise. Like, I don't feel like its performance suffers because it's got this finger spin hub. Like, I feel like it spins a long time. I feel like the rim weight is great. I feel like it's very stable. It likes to be horizontal too. Like it's very like if you want to kind of throw it in a little angle. I'm not real great at horizontal stuff, but this is not hard to like, you know, kind of do a little bit with. I'm not gonna do any on camera because I suck at it. But this is very stable for like the little bit that I practice it. So you know, very, very cool. And I'll kind of show you that a little bit when I throw it around if I'm not terrible at it, which I might be. So you know, pre-warned. But just to kind of, for honesty's sake and for, you know, shape's sake, it's lighter than the shutter and a little smaller than the shutter, but about the same width, a little smaller diameter. Same thing, this is it next to a Dogma. Dogma's a little bit bigger width, but this is a little bit wider than the Dogma. So, not a huge yo-yo, but very, very much in the comfortable range of yo-yo size, very much full-sized, as you can see. Fits in my hand nice. The kind of like soft V-shape is very nice because it can be a little smaller, but it doesn't feel very small when you're playing it because you have a huge catch zone, you know, with the V-shape because that's what it does. Plays very stable. It can go fast. It can go slow. You know, it's very much, I really like this. Like, this is a really cool yo-yo, in my opinion. It's not very, like, interesting as far as the design is concerned. Like, this is a very common shape, as you can see. Like, this isn't like that, like, nothing really interesting going on with the shape. But I like that. I appreciate that because it's interesting the way it's constructed. It's hollow, and it's interesting in kind of because it's got this like really awesome finger spin cup, and that's what it's for. So, you know, you can do finger spin tricks with it and you know, do all the hard ones easy. I don't do hard ones because I'm not that into finger spins, but this yo-yo is great for that. So, let's throw it around a little bit. I'll show you what I mean by how it performs, and, you know, we'll go from there. Alright, guys, so, now, it's, you know, as far as play is concerned, very stable. Like, incredibly stable. It binds pretty nice. It's got the YoyoFactory white pads, but the gap's not that big on it. So, I haven't had much trouble binding with this one. I've also got a really thick string on it. When I first got it, it was like the finish was all the way down, like the blasted finish was all the way down to the little step there. So that step was kind of sawing through string, and it still kind of wears string out pretty fast. But it's a lot better than it was. Now that it's broken in, and I rubbed it on my belt to like kind of sand it down so it didn't do that so much. So it's a lot better now than it was. But as you can see, I'm throwing it around, not paying much attention, and it's staying on plane and being very, very like stable. Finish grind's great. YoyoFactory did a really nice job with this finish. I wish they'd have kind of stopped it before it got to that step, because that kind of digs through strings until you wear it in. But other than that, it's pretty cool. And clearly what you're all here to see. Oh. Second time's a charm. I didn't even throw it good. Finger spin's great. But, yeah, so that's it, guys. Czech Point Pivot. As far as how smooth it is concerned, mine's got some vibe. Mine had some vibe out of the box. You know, it's not crazy. You can't feel it unless you're really looking for it, but I feel like a lot of it's kind of in the same realm where most YoyoFactories vibe. You know, that like maybe 8 out of 10 smoothness. Not bad. Nothing to like. Nothing that inhibits play. But it's there if you're looking for it. But you know, that's why if that bothers you, that's why you know, spend the extra money on a you know, G squared or a 1-drop or a CLYW. But the pivot gets the job done. If you're looking for a finger spin yo-yo, these I've seen going on the BST for pretty cheap. I think I saw one up today, like $40 for this and the North Star finger spin, which is a pretty great price, considering I paid $50 and I feel like I got a deal. So $40 is definitely solid. But let's do the pros and the cons, and then that'll be it. Alright guys, we're back. So, as far as construction's concerned, as you can see, white YoyoFactory 19mm pads, standard YoyoFactory center track bearing, spins good, hasn't given me much trouble. I did have to lube it at some point, but otherwise, you know, it's been fine. I have to lube everything. It's just, that's how the climate works here. As you can see, they didn't really like, it was blasted all the way down. So this is kind of what wears strings out. So I've been using the Kitty XL strings because I don't want it like sawing through my zip lines, because it was doing that. But I've kind of worn it down a little bit now, and it's better. But it still kind of wears through string pretty fast if you play it a lot. But otherwise, you know, good yo-yo, very stable. Lots of you know, positives there. Very stable, very quick. It's in a good 66 gram weight class or so, somewhere around there, I believe. The finger spin hub is awesome. It's very easy to do, it doesn't like inhibit the rest of the yo-yo. Like a lot of times they'll stick a hub in there and then it like throws off the weight distribution and kind of makes it feel weird. But this is cool. Doesn't really throw anything off because it's a hollow design. So like this is just welded on and there's like air in there too. So it kind of feels cool. It feels different. It's not the same as like a lot of stuff is. I applaud YoyoFactory for kind of doing something different. They usually do stuff like that. But you know, this one's pretty cool. I dig it. Like I said, I've seen it on the BST for pretty cheap. Worthwhile to pick up. Definitely cool if you're in the market for a cool fingerspin yo-yo. Very traditional, safe type design. You know, nothing to write home about there, but it is hollow, so it's kind of neat, kind of different. You know, just kind of a cool all around you know, yo-yo for that kind of stuff. You can't really thumb grind on it at all, but nobody really does that anymore. You know, I like it. I play it a lot, and it's been good to me. The only thing is, like I said, about the white YoyoFactory pads, I kind of find them slippy. But I've been using the Kitty XL string on this one because I didn't want it to saw through the zip lines, and it's been I haven't had much trouble getting it to bind. So not too slippy for me, and I think the gap's a little smaller on this one than a lot of the other YoyoFactories that use the white pads. So this one's been pretty good as far as that's concerned. But that's all for me today, guys. Let me know down in the comments. Do you have a YoyoFactory Pivot? What do you think of yours? Do you have fun with it? But, you know, let me know down in the comments. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe. Cheers to you. And I'll see you next time.